Yes, guys. How you doing? Welcome back to Football Inc. We hope you're all happy and healthy doing the things you love, for those you love to do them with. What's going on, people? It is Saturday. It's 12:30. We've got to do the predicciones. We got some transfer news, views, and clues. We got some interesting stuff to talk about. We hope you're all happy and healthy doing the things you love. We see you, CC. We see you, CC. I hope you're okay. Guys, smash the like button. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe if you haven't already. Notification button should be squeezed. As you know by now, comments should be dropped thick and fast. We are available on all of your major podcast platforms. And we are also today sponsored by OK Jersey. Don't forget, you can get all of your latest and greatest shirts, whatever it is you're looking for, your athleisure wear, your clobber. You can get all of the latest international teams. You can get your 1901 if you haven't got it yet. Don't forget that one. A rarity. 8% off available at checkout using code 5. And I've just realized my microphone's over here. How are you doing, Johnny? Good to see you, mate.
I'm okay. Saturday, unusual for us to be going Saturday without having done the predictions, but life gets in the way. That's the thing with podcasting.
Both of us were feeling a little bit ropey yesterday. I had absolutely no chance, no time, no interest in getting to the microphone. Oh, you know what I need to do, Johnny? I'm gonna have to hand you over for 2 seconds because I had to reset my computer, and now I've got to go and get my numbers document over from to get the predicciones. But
okay, go on. You go and get your numbers. Guys, if you're in the chat, never asked this before, but there's an option in the YouTube when you go into YouTube to hype the video. I don't know if you can do it while it's going, but you can certainly do it after it's gone. So if you get a chance to do that, then please give that a go. And if you're listening on audio, we're starting to grow on the audio now on Apple and Spotify. Some of you can actually watch it. Some of our followers prefer to watch it on Spotify than to listen. Personally, I'm a person that likes to listen to an app, to a podcast. So I'm always on my Apple podcast. So if you're on that, please give us a follow. It's just a tick. Doesn't affect you. Certainly helps us. And if you get a chance, give us a cheeky little rating. None of that 1-star jobbies, please. 5s and upwards. Sure.
What I'm going to have to do is we're going to have to take the
Sean sounds like he's in the bath.
Hang on. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry. Because I had to reset my computer. For some reason, numbers on Mac you have to go and download it from the App Store, and I don't have an Apple account. So I'm going to have to grab the details on a different thing, and then I'll upload it all later. So I can't give us the latest scores on the draws, and I'm not going to be able to find off the top of my head all of the goal scorers.
Yeah, well, we'll do them from this
Basically,
week.
You're not going to be able to use the goals. We're all going to have to pick a wild card goal scorer because I'm not going to be able to check whether or not you've used the goal scorers before.
But we know the ones that you won't be able to use, more or less. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and if you have, we will know about it. We will know about it. Listen, huge weekend, Sean, this weekend for both title race and the relegation race. I mean, obviously, being Spurs fans, for us, it's all about the relegation race. Mm-hmm. But the title race, can Spurs affect the title race, Sean?
Oh yeah, of course we can. Of course we can, mate. It's going to be
Well, we already have, haven't we? Hang on. Well, we already have. I mean, Spurs have had a massive effect on the title race. We've taken 4 points off Man City. Sure.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, 4 points.
If Manchester City could pick one team to never have to play again in the Premier League, it would probably be us, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But 44 points out of 6. If it comes down to the fact that it's, 3 or 4 points between the two of them and Arsenal go on to win the title, will Mikel Arteta send us a thank you letter? Because I think he should. Well, I mean, listen, who else is taking 4 points off of Man City this season? Maybe Brentford. I'm not sure who else has got anywhere near that number. But look, it's a huge game on Sunday. Tudor's looked very impressive. I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and say to you that I thought he was coming or he was my choice. I know he was Fabio Paratici's choice, and I think the more and more that's come out in the papers just recently, that 100% it was his choice. In fact, did you know that both Paratici, when he arrived at Fiorentina, and Tudor, when he arrived at Spurs, have both quoted that the Premier League is like being in the NBA. So I would definitely say there's a very good chance that the two of them, were aligned. But did you think when you watched that press conference that there was a guy who seemed to know what to say at a press conference, a guy who's actually played football, unlike Thomas Frank, and played it at a high enough level to understand what positive message and the positivity you need to have when you come to a press conference? He didn't know what Spursy was, and I thought he answered that question extremely well, batted that one away. His stuff is all about the mentality, so Spursy does not enter into his head at all. What did you think of the press conference?
I haven't actually seen it, mate, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm nodding along, hoping that you had some.
You're nodding along.
I'm a nodding dog this morning, mate. Nodding dog.
No, listen, let guys, let's know in the chat what you...
John, you have to hold the fort. Sorry, mate, all over the place here. 1 second.
All right, okay. Guys, in the chat, let's know what you're thinking about that press conference, because for me, he seemed to have authority. He spoke calmly. It is what it is with the injuries. Most managers, I think, would have quoted the fact that he's got, well, he says 13 fit first teamers. That's debatable. Most people would be using that as an excuse, or at least talking about that as a handicap. He's not talking as a handicap. I think Thomas Frank was quoting stuff, like, well, look where you were last season. He's not come in and said, look, you're in a mess and I'm here to save you. He's just, everything about it was positive. Sean, did you see the picture of them all out for dinner? Did you see that?
I did, yeah. Got to be honest. Might be cancelled already, but it felt like a little bit like 1950s.
Yeah, but mate,
50s bloody, I don't know, Mississippi. All of the bros, just like it literally looked like at the right at the top end you had all the Scandinavians, and as you went down the line, there was only it got a certain way, I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a show of brotherhood, right? Look, every little helps, Sean. Every little helps. They were like into a 1970s Italian restaurant, right? Where they all got told what they were going to eat. But look, I've actually been impressed with the guy. I mean, I know he's only talking.
It wasn't a great look. Sorry, it wasn't a great look, was it, Jace? It wasn't a great look, mate. It got like the kind of the colouring of the picture progressively a certain way. Listen, they're all if that's their mates and their cliques, all good. But it certainly looked a certain way. It didn't.
Listen, have you seen?
Way. Let's not beat around the bush, Johnny. It looked like, it looked a certain way.
All I can say is I was trying. I didn't have time yesterday, but I was trying to. I was going to insert myself into the picture, right, and post. Been out. Sorry, guys, couldn't been on Football Inc. today. Been out with the boys for a spot of lunch, and I was trying to insert myself into the picture.
Oh,
look,
nice.
Yeah, but look, having seen the negativity of Thomas Frank, and dare I say, the BS that the last incumbent used to come up with, I thought it was pretty direct, and I like what he said. He's not here to make any excuses. He said he was 100% certain that he was going to keep them up.
Well, he should be. He should be. Look at our team. Look at our fixtures, and you compare it to, say, Forest's. If he doesn't keep them up, mate, listen. I'd love to know what he's negotiated as a non-relegation bonus, because it shouldn't be that difficult to keep the team up. Right?
You say that, Sean. We haven't. Listen, Sean. We haven't, all said and done, right? We have not won in 2026, right? And we've got 2 wins in our last. How many games is it now? I've lost count.
11,
right?
12.
Yeah, or might be more. Yeah. So look, I think to brazenly say there's absolutely no chance of us going down will be foolhardy, especially after Pereira came in for Forest and he delivered a 3-0 away win at Fenerbahce in a cauldron and absolutely smashed them out of the park. I mean, where did that performance come from? And then you had Morgan Gibbs-White, I think it was, who came out and said, we have an identity. How do you have an identity in one game? What is that, an indictment of Sean Dyche and?
Oh, don't get started, mate. Listen, we've gone live strategically. We've gone live strategically at 12:45. So for my Antipodean brothers and sisters over in a certain part of the world, mate, John, I've got to just call it out for a minute. The amount of abuse that I have received, right? Twice in the last 7 months, I have received in 2 separate occasions an inordinate amount of abuse. One of them was for no fault of my own. People, I spoke to you about it earlier. People are pissed off generally, and they can't get to the people that they're actually pissing them off, so they go to the people that are accessible. When Daniel Levy failed to sign Eberechi Eze, I got dog's abuse. My dog got death threats because of Daniel Levy failing to sign Eberechi Eze, because apparently I'm the guy that's always defended him. Horrendous abuse, right? And I thought it couldn't have been surpassed. In the last 48 hours, bro, the amount of abuse that I have got in messages that have arrived is coincidentally at times like 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, from people like whose names are conveniently very Australian, like Hayden and but just because I called out Ange Postecoglou for calling out my club, he threw my club under the bus, took no accountability. I'm not standing for it. You're not like this either, Johnny. You and I.
No, I'm not.
Thinkers, right?
Yeah.
We don't care. We don't care about the popularity of our take. If our take is unpopular, if it's how you feel, it's how you feel, right? That's how that's how you live. Other channels, not to name any names, but they will happily go and apologize to Ange Postecoglou so that they don't offend a certain part of the fan base. The amount of abuse I received in the last 48 hours, Johnny, is insane. And it's all because I dared to have an opinion that maybe, just maybe, Ange Postecoglou happened to avoid any scrutiny regarding his 17th place in the Premier League with us, and then went to Nottingham Forest, the team you were just talking about, and didn't have any victories at all. And yet apparently that's just.
I mean, how we got that wrong? I mean, look, what we're saying is a lot of what Ange said was right. Okay, some of what he said was right, but a lot of what he said was like
what he didn't say, and it's what he wasn't asked.
The convenient truth. We're saying that, for a proper interview, he wasn't challenged on anything, not a single thing. Not a single thing.
Flag off our football club. Make it look a bigger PR disaster than it already is, and we're all going to nod along and eat our fucking croissants and drink.
Listen, what it is, mate.
People like Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, of all people, who sit in that room. Jamie Carragher was there, wasn't he? He was there that day, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he. But yeah,
so it was Carragher, it was him, it was Neville, it was Roy Keane, Ian Wright, and it was Jill, whatever her name is, the female guy, right? Jamie Carragher has gone after him 1,000 times in the last 2.5 years. 1,000 times. Face to face. Oh, no, mate, you fucked up. Me be working hard. To get disappointed.
We fucking love you. We love you. I mean, I'm not being funny. For me, it was akin to oh, the guy's lying on the floor. I'm going to show him who I am, right? And go and stick your boot on his throat while he's lying on the floor. That's what Tottenham is. Tottenham's on the floor right now, okay? We didn't need him, right, to go and stick his boot on our throat, right? Listen. Look.
It's the audacity of the clown. He's a fucking clown, and I don't care if it pisses off the rest of Australia because they haven't seen it yet. I don't care, Johnny. I don't care. Listen, I've got no problem. If you're going to die on the hill, imagine, Johnny. Imagine. Anyway, I love Australia. It's the happiest years of my life spent there. My best friends on this planet are Australian. Greatest people you'll ever meet. Absolutely adore them. Absolutely adore them. So nothing about this is about Australia. But imagine dying on the hill and going after people because they've said something about one of your countrymen. It would be like me. I'm not comparing the two. So I'm going to put this in advance, right? But it would be like me getting pissed off with someone American who goes after Prince Andrew right now.
Yeah. I mean, look.
How dare you? That is one of us, old blighty.
Mate, 41. He lost 41 out of 60 games, mate. Have some accountability. If he'd just turned up and said, look, I'm really sorry. Listen, as for Muppets, Johan Lang, mate, did you see that interview?
No,
again?
I haven't seen it, mate. I've been completely out of access. So what's happened? Talk to me.
It's embarrassing, mate. You know, like we're accountable. We are accountable. In fact, shall I read it to you? It's honestly, mate, it's actually embarrassing. I don't want to misquote him because I get accused of that, right?
Just paraphrase it.
I, of course, accept my responsibility at all times, but every decision that I make and we have made has been at the best interests of the club. I think when you work for a big club like Tottenham, then pressure, or whatever you want to call it, is part of it. I'm sitting here today because I want to take responsibility for the club, everything that comes into football. Well, if you're taking responsibility, dickhead, get out the club, save us all some time, because you've been there for 2.5 years, presided over an absolute shit show. You have got no idea. You can't get players in, right? We went after 5.
I apologise for every mistake I've made. Is that what you said?
Well, no, I don't think he is a part. I don't know. Part of being here is expectations.
You called out a quote. Did you not say I apologise? What did you say?
I think when you work for a big club like Tottenham, then pressure or whatever you want to call it is part of it. I'm sitting here today because I want to take responsibility for the club.
Responsibility for every mistake.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Part of being here is the expectations. That is part of why it's fantastic to be here, because if you're working for a big club, there are big expectations, but also big opportunities and big possibilities. Not if you don't know what you're doing, mate, and you can't sign the players you want. If you work for a very small club, if you work for a club with less fans, then maybe there's less pressure or expectation. I think we are a big club and we work with high expectations. And that is why I personally really, really love working here, because of the expectations. Keep repeating yourself, mate. I'm not going to sit here and start commenting on ex-club employees' comments, Ange Postecoglou. I think Vinay, in his notes early this year, made it known in the matchday programme that we are, as a club, need to grow our wage bill to be competitive. We're also linked, I think Thomas commented, in players in January, and it was definitely not because we lacked ambition. I mean, this is bollocks. It's because you've got no personality, you've got no draw, and you can't draw anyone in to come to the club. Okay, so what's your pitch, Johan?
No, this is the thing, John. This is the thing, right? The accusation is, and by the way, I actually blame the fans, some of the fans. I never do this. But I've got to be honest, right? The Enoch out, like the cult of Enoch out, the ones that are like the hardest core people that have never changed and have been that way for like 15 years or whatever, who talk about 25 years of failure, even though I just think it's bonkers to see progression as failure. Anyway, until 2020. But they moved the goalposts on the problem to always end up being right. It used to be Tottenham don't spend any money. And then when Tottenham started spending money, it's like, well, now it's the wage bill not being high enough. So like, I feel like the club do react to some of these problems. But again, if you're just going to say we're going to raise the wage structure, because again, the fans
in the transfer window, hang on, in the transfer window.
But if the fans think that the only reason we can't sign £100 million players is because we don't pay £100 million players the same as other clubs that can do, they're again delusional. It's not just about money. If it was all about money, everybody would be in Saudi Arabia, but they're not. Right? It's about the draw. It's about the club's ability to do things on the pitch that supersede what Tottenham can achieve realistically. Yes, not having a wage structure limited that approach. For sure, it was a problem. But we saw this January that offering 50 grand a week more than Manchester City to Semenyo wasn't enough. And it feels like the club listens to this stuff, goes, oh, you know what, there's a point there. Okay, fine. We'll get them off our back. We'll come out and articulate and expressly suggest that we're going to raise our... We have shown ambition. Thomas Frank came out and actually broke all the rules of the club and said we went after Semenyo. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Why don't you say we went after Cristiano Ronaldo? We were willing to take Cristiano Ronaldo's £41 million relegation release fee. The geezer wants £2 million a day or whatever it is, right? You're not going to be able to do it, and he wouldn't come to Tottenham anyway, and we don't want him. What are we doing here? It's about more than that. It's about... Like, don't just say we're showing ambition by saying we went after a player that was always going to...
It's all bollocks. It's all bollocks, Sean. We have no appeal. There is no appeal to being at this club. The fans are toxic. The media is on our back. We are a laughing stock, right? Okay? Man United, who lost the worst final, a final where Spurs made... Let's get it right here. We had one shot on target, which was dubious. We had 26% possession and 140 passes in 90 minutes. 140, right? We ain't an attractive place to come. And yet Manchester United, with no European football, okay, debts and all the rest of it, still managed to attract much bigger clubs than us. And even though we were in the Champions League, because we are not a draw at the moment. And that's it. I mean, it's not where I want to be, but we've fallen off of a cliff.
To be fair, my man Hugo, bloody Danish pastry. They up to Hugo. Sean, Semenyo was never realistic, but what about Lookman and or Katakliush? Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like...
No, we ain't defending that.
All over the Lookman story. Yeah. And the Akliouche one, like I rate Akliouche the player, but my personal take was I thought that I think of him as a 10, not a right winger. He's not a take-on specialist. He's a guy who drifts in, similar to like a Shabby does from the left, and like lots of Eze does, all these people. Just the opposite way round. But yeah, we now know, at least according to reports, whether you believe them or not, it's up to you. But like at least the reports are there saying that it was Thomas Frank and it was the guy who's chatting bollocks in that interview, who decided not to go after Akliouche because they decided they wanted Paqueta, but they didn't think to phone up Paqueta before wasting time on it, saying, hey, any interest? And he would have told you, no, I'm going back to Brazil. I want to go back home. So 100%. But like that again, Hugo, is down to the footballing people making bad decisions, and that's not about ambition. The point we're making is about ambition. He says we are ambitious, we've shown ambition, we've raised the wage structure. See, it's not our fault. Well, actually, raising the wage structure alone isn't enough. You have to identify players that actually want to come to Tottenham. Akliouche, I would imagine, would have come to Tottenham. I actually believe, for what it's worth, Johnny, that Akliouche will be the first signing of Tottenham this summer, because he's not playing. I don't think they're in the World Cup. Are they in the World Cup? Is not Morocco, it's the other one.
Algeria.
Algeria. Are Algeria in the World Cup? I don't think they are.
Not sure, mate. I haven't checked my Algerian football this week, but I will check. But look.
But I think he'll come, because you know why? Because the club, the non-footballing people at the club are pulling the strings, and they're the people that have now decided to start listening to Paratici after he's gone. And one of the things that Paratici wanted whilst he was here but wasn't listened to was go and get Akliouche. So I wouldn't, if they've gone and spoken to De Zerbi, and De Zerbi has said, I'm not interested in an interim, that's proof that they're listening to Paratici after he's gone. If they went and signed Igor Tudor, that's proof that they're listening to the guy after he's gone. Maybe the trifecta.
But what sort of shit show is that, Sean? It's fucking mad. Excuse my French, but what? I mean, it's insanity. You have the guy who had the key, right? This is the guy that signed Vuskovic. This is the guy that signed Papasar, Destiny, Romero, right? he knows, right?
He's got more of it as well. Let's not.
Yeah, I know, but he's got more. Listen,
he's
got failures as well, Sean. They all have. Everyone has. Sure. But he's got more successes than failures, right? And we've entrusted ourselves into Johan Lang. The guy said, look, you know what? You ain't listening to me. You lot are clueless, right? Daniel knew what was going on here. You guys ain't got a clue. I'm out of here. I'm going to relegation-threatened Fiorentina. And by the way, I've already done 5 deals there. Right? And I'm getting them out of relegation. And next season, we're going to be up there because I will get players in. Meanwhile, you lot, right? You didn't listen to me. Now you want to employ Igor Tudor after telling me, nah, not for me. Not for me. Now you've employed him. And now you're trying to make out it was your decision. No, it was not. Everyone knows in The Athletic they were talking about it. It's bollocks. It's bollocks.
We have our usual trolls in the house. We've got unknowns in the house. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. I'm not an Ange fan. I don't care about.
Oh, it's him. It's the same guy.
And we've also got Ashley in the house as well, who's clearly Australian, who's calling us grifters and fraudulent because what did he say? Where is he? You're toxic. You're toxic. He said these two ain't grown up. They are grifters who start narratives for content's sake.
Listen, content's got a content, but listen, why can't you just debate it rather than telling us grow up bashing Ange because it don't suit your narrative is weak and pathetic? Well, look, I think it's weak and pathetic. Hang on.
I think football club, Ashley. Him, the geezer that in any other Premier League season, his points tally would have got us relegated, and yet he's sitting there pretending like it wasn't me, Gov. It wasn't me. Do one, and do another one. What are we doing here?
Listen, look, 41 defeats. 41 defeats in 60 games, right? He wants to put a sticking plaster over the San Andreas fault and say, nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, right? Yeah, by the house, he's got a giant crack through the centre of it, right? The guy that, listen, I would have had respect for him if he turned out and said, we didn't play well in the final, but we got over the line. You know, we went with the boys and they told me, let's go defensive. And I could have done better. There were things I didn't do right. I would have applauded him. But the fact he just threw the club under the bus, stuck his foot on our throat, right? Claimed absolutely no responsibility for what went on. And like,
he had to wait until Romero. But part of the reason why Romero walks around like he's the all singing, all dancing, big fucking shit that he thinks he is because last season he turned around and said to Ange Postecoglou, this ain't going to work, bro. Your system is... And he was right, by the way, as was Mickey van der Ven, as was the rest of them. We have to take more concern about the actual art of defending. And so Ange's like, okay, guys, you let me know when it's time for me to make a decision. You let me know. You're the manager of a Premier League football club. You rock up to a team with nobody by your side. I'll just get what I'm given because I'm not even going to bother going watching training. Yada, yada, yada. The art of the spin.
Mate, get his coffee in the morning.
Bullshit. And he sits there, waits for the geezer to tell him when to bring on a third defender, and then gets 8 million, 7 million quid as his payoff and has the audacity to pretend like he was something better than he was. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke.
Listen, I tell you, look, his replacement has done no better, right? That's a fact. Right? We're not here to, you know, I thought Thomas Frank would do a lot better than he's done, and he certainly hasn't. But I'm not going to sit here and defend him either. But if I heard Thomas Frank going in there and blaming everybody else, I'd be saying exactly the same thing. So I'm sorry, guys, right? And the guy left Spurs and went to Forest and didn't win a game. He didn't win a game, guys. What do you want? Season 3. And anyway, in season 3, the main guy normally gets bumped off because they can't afford season 4. So, anyway, sure. The point is, the club's in a shit show. And on to some other news. Let's move on. Let's move on. Vuskovic There's big reports now that Vuskovic is attracting massive attention. He's not going to go to Bayern Munich because Hamburg and Bayern Munich don't like each other, but Real Madrid and Liverpool. And Spurs have reportedly saying that categorically he is not for sale unless you pay us 70 million euros. And the interested parties are Real Madrid and Liverpool. Is there any chance, first of all, he doesn't want to come back next season, but do you think, Sean, like we've mentioned before, because he's been separated from Spurs since Fabio signed him, that he doesn't feel any affinity to Spurs? He's been in Belgium, he's been in Croatia, he's been in Belgium, and now he's in Germany, and he's going to be in Germany again, probably with Hamburg next season, so he can play with his brother.
No, he shouldn't be. Fuck that.
He's got to come back.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm sorry. You're a Tottenham player. Like, you're not going to sign a new contract with Tottenham. You've got no loyalty to Tottenham, so then you've got loyalty to the contract. You're going to come back and play. Yeah. Like, unless you know what, you can stay for another year if you sign an extension for 3 more years to Tottenham.
Okay, yeah. Or we sign his brother to be the ball boy.
Yeah, I've got no idea what his brother's like as a footballer, but like I'd rather the former. Like, if you want to stay in there, play with your brother, cool. You want to do that life, I get it, but show us some. We're the guys that took a chance on you. We're the guys that done it. We bent over backwards to let you do
the most ever. We spent the most ever on a 16-year-old centre back. It was a European record for a defender, and Fabio spotted the talent.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about some other things. It's not a football channel. It's not a Tottenham channel. It's a football channel. Barcelona remain keen on Julian Alvarez as they step up plans to sign a new striker. This is just broken. The Atletico forward on Barca's shortlist, though securing a deal is considered difficult at this stage. Vlahovic is prioritising a move to Barcelona, despite interest from the Premier League and AC Milan. However, a deal for the Juve striker would likely depend on Barca missing out on other top targets. The 26-year-old is out of contract this summer. That's from Diario Sport and Tuto.
Well, that one, Sean, I was going to say to you, that one is more likely. I'll tell you why. There's no transfer fee. It's a signing-on fee. He's already had massive signing-on fees. He's on a huge wage that no one wanted to take on, which is why Juventus were desperate to try and get rid of him last year. But Julian Alvarez, it is not happening to Barcelona. Absolutely not. The most likely destination, as much as it pains me, is going to be Arsenal.
Why are you saying it's definitely not happening to Barcelona?
It's definitely not happening because they do not have the 80+ million that they want for him. In fact, they want more for him. And they don't have that money at all. The team that wants him more than anyone, who can offer him players plus cash, is Atletico players, is Arsenal, who are offering Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, or one of the two, plus cash for Julian Alvarez. That is a player that gets you a title. Do
you know? I think Barcelona have always find the money eventually. They might sell a couple of players.
No.
Find that Casado. They'll sell Casado. They'll sell maybe one of their forwards.
They're teetering, Sean. They've sold everything, mate. The stadium is still way over budget and way late. They haven't even got the roof on, mate. I mean, honestly, they've got a lot of problems at Barcelona financially. They're having to do a lot of juggling to get players in, even the players on loan. I mean, we saw Marcus Rashford. They had to do a lot of juggling to get Marcus Rashford's loan payments and wages in. And Manchester United are regretting, apparently, the deal that they struck with Barcelona to let him go for £26 million. Because they could potentially buy Marcus Rashford for £26 million and sell him for more, because his form since he's been at Barcelona has greatly exceeded the form he was shown at Man United under Amorim. So I don't know, but I can't see that one happening.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you on the logic. I'm not sure if they are I don't know. Barcelona always seem to find a way to get the players that they want, and they're still a big draw. Are they going to sign? Are they going to sign Rashford? Are they going to get him permanently?
Well, the deal. They Manchester United are upset that they struck the deal. Well, you struck the deal, but unfortunately for them, they struck the deal when he was playing poorly, and they just wanted him out. They wanted the wages off their books. They wanted to bring in new players, and so you reap what you sow. £26 million. If you look at what we spent 26 million and 36 million pound on, would you take Marcus Rashford for 26 million pound? 100%. I would all day long. All day long. I'd take him for 46 million pound right now.
An interesting one. Would he come to Tottenham?
No.
What? Would he not?
No, why would he come to Spurs? He's been Man United, Barcelona. Yeah, well,
I've got not that fucking much better than us, mate. They are this season. Mate, come on now. No, they're not. Let's be honest. Like they finished 15th last year. We're Europa League champions as it stands.
Mate, next year will be nothing, right? next year we'll either be in the championship.
Right, listen, we're going to Budapest. The rest.
Yeah.
Let's do some super chidly chit chat, shall we? There's 600 in the bucket. Adam Score Drawlock, big up to you. He says we're not going to invent stuff that wasn't said.
I think he's talking about Johan Flange.
Oh yeah, no. Well, we're not going to invent stuff, but we'll paraphrase with it to within an inch of our life. And in so doing, we'll interpret our own potential interest in that one. Big up to you, Adam. Thank you very much indeed. John Turney of Japan fame. Big up to you, Johnny boy. How you doing, mate? You started the super sticker train, and with that comes the super sticker. Big up to you, Johnny boy.
I'm coming to Japan, John. I'm coming to Japan end of March. I'm coming.
Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. Thank you very much. James119 is putting a super sticker on. Choo choo to you, James, mate. Choo choo to you, buddy. Appreciate you very much indeed. Thank you, mate, for the support. Dermatrons, member for 6 months. Big up to you, Dermo. Appreciate you, mate. He says, big up Sean and Johnny. Keep up the great work. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, Dermo. I hope you're okay, my man. Hope life is treating you kind. I hope life treats you kind. Anyway, big up to DB Forever. DB Forever says...
sorry, mate. Sorry. Go back. Sorry, beg your pardon.
We done? Oh. Big up to DB Forever. Big up to me, mate. Thank you very much indeed. You put a suit choo to you, buddy. Choo to you as well. Appreciate you very much indeed. Faz4, big up to you, mate. He says, do we all agree Lang and Vinay should leave also?
Yes. Yeah. Taxi.
Yeah. 100%.
100%, Faz.
Funnily enough, I might be having hopefully having an interview with a certain person about a thing or two. And I just before the show, I sent over my list of proposed questions. And one of them was specifically around
would you keep
who would you X? And what would they, and what's going on there? How do you delegate to footballing people?
Yeah.
We shall see.
Well, we got a club right now that is not run by football people, that has no football people in it. I don't include Johan Lang as a football person. He's in football, but he hasn't got a Scooby-Doo what's going on. We're in a mess right now. We're run by bankers.
Big up to that one. Dino, Dinny's in the house. Big up to Choo to you, Dino. Hope you're okay, mate. Hope you're okay. I am going to be coming tomorrow. Pauls. I am going to be coming to the game, mate. So if we maybe up in the 8 bar or something, Dino, maybe being up in the 8 bar. It's the only game. I think it's the last game of the season I'm going to be making. Every other time I've gone to a game this season, we've lost I haven't seen us draw a single or win a game this season. Yeah. Every game I've been to, we've lost.
What's that telling you, Sean? Stay at home.
Stay away.
Stay away. Yeah.
To be honest, Johnny, it doesn't matter if I stay at home either. We lose most of those as well.
Yeah.
So,
mind you stayed away from the final. Ish.
Nah, I was kind of there. Kind of there. Oh, screwed that now. Biggest regret ever. As if that's ever going to happen again in my lifetime. Anyway, big up to you all. Johnny, other transfer news before we do the predicciones. There's a lot going on. LA Galaxy are preparing an approach for Philippe Coutinho. Remember him? Philippe Coutinho?
140, was it 130 million? I can't remember what it was.
€130 million, yeah.
Liverpool used that money very wisely, unlike Tottenham.
Barcelona,
when they got the Bale money.
Barcelona screwed it. Courtois the brilliant Real Madrid goalkeeper becomes a football club owner. It's mental. He has.
Who's he bought, Sean?
Trying to find it now. It is. He's bought. He's part owner of Le Mans FC. League
in
Two
France?
club, France, yeah.
Yeah. That's where they race, mate. The Le Mans 24 hours.
Oh, Le Mans, is it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Le Mans.
Other investors include Novak Djokovic. They're currently 5th in the league. That's interesting. Good luck to him. What a goalkeeper he is. He'll shore them up financially, no doubt about it.
No pun intended.
City and Barcelona are closely monitoring Eintracht Frankfurt left back Nathaniel Brown. Great player.
Yeah, we've spoken about him a few times. Good player. I didn't think he was outstanding against us, Sean.
No, we had a poor game that day, but he's he's a very good player. Yeah.
I'll tell you, here's one. Matheus Mane, right?
Wolves.
What's the price tag Wolves are putting on him?
Go on.
50 million. And
how old is he?
19, I think he's 18, 19.
So you can do it in the Premier League if you're just a special type of talent, you know?
Yeah, and who's the club that has been linked with him?
Oh, Man City?
No. But a little bit more obvious. Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah. I didn't even think he had his best game for them, to be honest. If I'm honest, I thought it was okay.
It does look like a good player.
Arsenal also trying to buy, as if they don't have enough players, Leonard Carl, the German wonder kid. I can't see that happening. I think
I'm not sure he'll make it in the Premier League. He's too small, mate. Is he 5'7", weighs about 8 stone?
Luka Modric, anyone?
Yeah, but the game's moved a little bit from then.
David Silva.
The game has sort of moved to a different.
Bernardo Silva. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You're not wrong. Also, Arsenal are looking at former Brighton player Dennis Undav as a possible target for his 27 GA at Stuttgart this season. 27 goals and assists already. Bit of a performance, from him. What else have you got? Chelsea are looking at Osama and Dombele. Anthony Gordon still throwing his toys out the pram. He says on his transfer rumours, consistently linking him with a move away from Newcastle. It's the same old stuff. Same old. I haven't heard anything. They might want to tell me before they start telling you, the media. I've gone through enough transfer stuff now to know it's all a load of bloody rubbish. I'm focused on me and focused on the team. I'm focused on right now. You look too far in the future and you start to underperform. And believe me, I have done that before. And I'm not going to do that now. I'm focused on Newcastle and my career.
Yeah.
Getting a bit aggy, isn't he? Since his confrontation with Trippier.
Yeah.
After the Carrier bag game.
Yeah.
But we shall see. Tottenham are monitoring and they're back on this guy who they didn't sign the first time. Bilal Al-Kanoush.
What, the Leicester player?
Yeah.
Or is he the guy who plays in Galatasaray?
Well, he's on loan at Stuttgart at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
he went to Stuttgart. Yeah,
he's 21, Moroccan. He will be at the World Cup, probably. El-Kanoush. Oh, he definitely will be. Is that the level of player, Sean, that we are?
It's not the level of player that you want, is it? But it's the level of player you might be able to get. But yeah. I don't rate him.
Here's an interesting story, Sean. A player that we highlighted and said we wouldn't mind going after. West Ham United. It's about West Ham. Jonathan David. I can't believe this one. Jonathan David thought that he was joining West Ham this January as the deal was largely agreed, only for West Ham to take too long whilst they were looking at other targets.
Yeah. Jonathan David, for me, mate, massively unimpressed with his Serie A step up. Not saying he won't be, but listen, I always felt a certain way about him for years. And then in the season before his final season in Lille, I started to see he'd sort of improved his game. He'd become more of a presser, which I think is important. And I think he filled out a little bit with his ability to shoot from his left foot, because he was traditionally very fast, good with his right, and good in the air. But he's gone to Serie A, and Vuskovic, who wasn't wanted by Juve last summer, stayed at the club and has become their mainstay again. I mean, I don't watch enough of Juve's football to know where it's gone wrong, but it hasn't happened.
Well, I think the whole of Juventus has gone wrong, and what's interesting is most Spurs fans would have taken Jonathan David had he been a signing for the club on a free transfer. I think most Spurs fans would have taken it at the time. Is the fact that he's gone to Juventus and he's having an absolute shocker, does that mean that he's no longer a good player, or does that mean that he's just befooled what the shit show that is Juventus right now?
I don't know. That's what I think. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I always thought though that Juve were just signing him on a free to sell him anyway. Because it was a good way of spinning some money. Like you give him a few million signing on fee. Juventus is a good place for him to go. You might end up seeing, what's his name going there next season, Kolo Muani going there, and then Jonathan David leaving. But at this stage, I don't think he's proven himself at the next step up, and therefore I don't know whether you take him at Tottenham like we used to want to talk about. At West Ham, if West Ham stay up, then that will be an interesting one. He might be someone because he is fast, he is strong, he does have good finishing. The pace of the Premier League might suit him more. Right? People always assume that there's like the sort of stepping stone, that the pinnacle is always the Premier League. And so if you're good in Denmark, or if you're good in Belgium, you might go to Germany next, and then eventually you go to Spain or to Italy, and then the last bastion, the last test is the Premier League.
The NBA.
That's the case. I think some leagues, some players, I don't know, I can't think of too many off the top of my head, but some players might struggle in those slower pace leagues, and that they might do well in the Premier League because there's more instinct, less time to think, and you can take advantage of your other skill sets like pacing behind. But I'm not sure about Jonathan David, mate. I was always a little bit on the fence. I was more impressed last season, but the prior version of him I was never sold on, and I'm a little bit disappointed with what I've seen from him in Italy. So,
well, Keenan Yildiz has not been since the business where he needs to sign a new contract or he's leaving. That seemed to take up months on end. But he hasn't really performed massively either since he signed a new contract. And going to Galatasaray and losing 5-2 is an absolute shambles. So I'm not sure. I can't work it out, because Kolo Muani didn't have a bad loan spell, and he's been absolutely shocking at Spurs, absolutely shambolic. Yeah. Whether or not Igor Tudor can get a tune out of him. One thing's for sure.
Igor Tudor.
I said Igor. Igor Tudor.
No, Igor Tuna is what I'm saying. Get a tune out of it. Igor Tudor.
Igor right. Tuna. Sorry. Tuna. Yeah, a bit fishy that one.
Very good. Very good.
I just think that he won't stand for, Tudor won't stand for Muani performing the way he does or has done for Spurs. A bloody imposter, disgraceful performances. I just think Jonathan David, there is a player in there, and no doubt he'll go to the World Cup. He'll have a good World Cup, and interest will be rekindled in him. Have you got any others before we go to
the predicciones?
Who wants to do the predicciones for this week, guys?
The big one, it's a huge one. I can't tell you what the gap is. I think it's about 9 points or 10 points. I forget, but it's not far from me to the chat. So need someone to step up. Let us know if you want to do it. First come, first serve. But if you haven't done it yet, then you'll get the priority. But if someone else wants to do it, then we will do it.
I'm game. Okay.
All right then.
Adam Scorlock. Or is it Drew?
Who hasn't done one yet? Sully haven't done one. Drew, have you done one yet? I don't think you have, Drew.
Okay.
Adam's done one.
Adam, you've done. I know you've done it, Adam, but Drew, come
Drewski,
on then.
I don't think you've done it, Drew. So we'll do Drewski. Let's do the prediction.
Adam's already done one.
Yeah.
Drew, let him have a. Okay.
Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws. Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws.
Just to say, guys, before we kick off. I'm currently negotiating, Sean and I are currently negotiating a deal with a potential sponsor to have a situation where we can play the Predizione League, right? Where we can all join in every week, every month, form a group live on here, and we'll all be able to join in and predict the scores. We're working on it. It's taken a little bit of a few conversations, but we hope to have news.
It'll be next season, to be honest, on that.
Well, I think it will. I think it's a good chance that it will be this season.
I'll do World Cup predictions as well. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, there's a good chance that we'll be able to do something this season, but we will continue our one, but also add this facility in. So we'll keep you tuned on that.
All right, then. Igor tuned.
It's an app. It's an app.
Aston Villa Leeds. It starts in an hour and a half. Nice way to start the weekend off. Aston Villa at home for me. Leeds away. It's going to be a feisty game, an interesting game. Aston Villa. Are Aston Villa potentially, Johnny, looking at Arsenal falling and thinking we're only 3 points behind City? You know, is there any chance that they're sitting there going, if Arsenal continue to collapse, we're only really one win away from the next potential? If everyone's saying City, well, why not Villa? Are the Villa fan? Let me ask you, CC, you're in the house. What are we saying here? And what's your score prediction, Johnny? I'm going to go for this one 2-1 to Villa.
Well,
I'm going to go
don't forget, they've got no John McGinn. They've got no Boubacar Kamara. They got no Tielemans. They got no Onana. I think Matty Cash is due back this weekend. So that means more than likely Harvey Elliott will be forced to play, even though they don't want to because it's going to trigger the clause. That midfield has got a big gaping hole in it, Sean. And that's where Leeds could exploit them. I think personally, if they had two of those four in there, I think every chance of catching Arsenal if they faltered. But the way things are going now, I don't see it. And I'm going to go for a draw. Remember, Everton managed to get an away win at Aston Villa. I think a couple of teams have gone there. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
1-1. All right. I'm going 2-0 Villa. I disagree. I think Villa will still have enough. Drewski, what's Drewski said? He said Bonnie Blue doesn't play in midfield. Where's your prediction, Drewski? Don't worry about the fucking the humor, mate. Don't worry about the humor.
We love the humor.
He's 1-2
lead. Yeah, no, I don't think he's a million miles away, mate. I honestly don't. I don't think I tend to agree. Leeds are in a relegation battle, right? And Villa just want to. Well, Everton beat them. Anything's possible. Next game, Brentford.
Someone's getting points, and the other people are getting nothing.
Yeah.
Brentford, Brighton.
Well, for me, Brighton could be dragged into the relegation fight. I 100% believe it. Huertela can't get a win. Doesn't know where the next one's coming from. They were already up and down like yo-yo before this run of losses. But I expect Brentford to run away winners in this one. I'm going to go 3-1 Brentford.
3-1.
Igor Thiago to go back on form.
I'm going 2-1 Brentford. Close game, but Brentford at home is just it's amazing, isn't it? We talk about Brentford all of a sudden like they're Sunderland away, Yeah. Sunderland at home, Brentford at home. We're suddenly like we're making out like these guys are monsters. And maybe they are. Drew's gone for 3-1 to Brentford as well.
3-1. 3-1. Yeah.
Chelsea
Jonny
Burnley next up.
Listen, for me, I think Cold Palmer's going to have a field day here. Chelsea need to get back on track. Yao Pedro, Palmer. Yeah, I can't see anything other than a convincing Chelsea win. I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea. What's the chat saying? 3-0, 1-0 Chelsea. Chelsea wins. 2-0, 4-1. Everyone's going that way. Everyone's going.
Cucurella is out. Cucurella is out. But Cole Palmer and Reece James are both available.
I'm going to go for. What did you say? 3-0.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for 2-0.
Okay.
What's Drewski saying?
Drewski is
4-0.
going 4-0. Does he go 4-0?
Consummate ease for Chelsea then. West Ham, Bournemouth. Massive game at the bottom. Massive game at the bottom. Starts in 90 minutes time. What are we saying here, Johnny boy? Johnny!
Johnny!
Johnny! It's Johnny!
Listen. I think West Ham have been in good form, but I think the signing of Rayan has really helped Bournemouth, and I think I'm going to go for a surprise Bournemouth win, even though West Ham have won 5 out of the last 7, is it? I'm going to go for a 2-1 Bournemouth win to relieve the pressure on Spurs.
2-1 to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go for a score draw here. 1-1. 1-1. Can't pick a winner. Bournemouth are a difficult team to know what to expect from. I'm going to go for 1-1. And I'll take it all day long. Drewski's also going for a Bournemouth win as well. Interesting. Big up to you, Drewski. The big game at the top, City versus Newcastle. That's tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. City versus Newcastle. This is a tough game, this one, for both clubs. But how much... look, they won 6-1, Newcastle against Carrier-Bag. But surely that journey must have taken a bit out of them. You know, yeah. City have had the weekend to prepare. A bit of a few cryptic questions about Erling Haaland's knee, Sean. I'm not 100% sure that Erling Haaland is 100% fit. I'll be honest with you. But I think it'll be a tight game. And I think Manchester City will come out winners 2-1. But it isn't going to be easy.
As do I. I went for 2-1 as well. Yeah, pretty sure City will come out. City just turn it up now, mate. 30 points average last 12 games of the season for the last 4 years. This is if City can get through tonight, playing ahead of Arsenal with the 3 points, it puts additional pressure on. If Newcastle can get the result tonight, something a draw or 3 points, then it gives Arsenal more fight, more inspiration to go again. Drewski's going 3-0 City, no problem, kind of problema.
I don't know. I just think that Newcastle, look, if Newcastle hadn't have beaten us, they would have been in the mix as well. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I don't think it's going to be an easy game. Man City, without Mark Gahey, are very vulnerable. That's what I think. So, but I think 2-1 anyway. The next game, Palace versus Wolves. It's going to be an interesting one, Shawnee. What are you thinking here?
Palace versus Wolves. I've got my thoughts on this are as follows. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be 1-1 or 0-0. I'm going to go for 1-1. But I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in this one. Palace doing well overseas, but they're tired from the trip. Wolves slightly motivated, but also, from the Arsenal game, but also they probably put a lot into that game. Are they gonna kind of find some sort of turnaround? I'm not sure. What's their if Wolves were just playing above themselves because they were motivated for one last swan song in the Premier League against a top team before they go down, do they have the same energy? I don't think so, but I'm going to say 1-1. I think it'd be a low-scoring game.
What I need to ask you, because it was part of the thing before the game, Palace fans were singing, "You're getting sacked in the morning." Oh, ye fickle fan, right? This was a Palace team that had never won anything in their life. The guy comes to Palace, he turns them round. They were almost unbeatable for months on end, including into the beginning of this season. He's won them the FA Cup. He's won them the Charity Shield.
Yeah,
he's got them into Europe.
Horrendous.
He's got them into Europe. They've sold Eze. They've sold Mark Gahey. They sold players underneath him, and they're asking for him to be sacked.
And they started the season bloody brilliantly. They like it's like that they were, what was it? They were 11 games undefeated, or like 8 at home, 8 wins on the spin, something at home. Like the lack of respect for what Glasner. I know people are going to sit there, the Aussie fans that listen and go, "Well, you say that about Glasner, you won't say that about Ange." Different, absolutely, entirely different.
He was winning games,
winning a lot of them as well. But it's all fallen off a cliff at Palace. But I'm going 1-1, Johnny. What are you saying, mate?
Palace a hard place to go to, but Wolves, I believe Rob Edwards is trying to get them to just get into winning mentality, right? And those Palace, ungrateful bloody Palace fans, I think Wolves could have the bit between their teeth. I'm going to go 2-1 Wolves, Sean.
2-1 Wolves. Okay. I'm going to Drew's going 2-2.
Yeah.
No one's going for a home win for Palace. Interesting.
Forest versus
Liverpool. Yeah.
Forest Liverpool. Well, Pereira, unbelievable result at Fenerbahce in the week. He's gone in first game playing attacking football, smashed Fenerbahce 3-0 away from home. Unbelievable stuff. Forest at home, different proposition. They massively need this, but Spurs fans massively need Liverpool to turn up. And Liverpool need to turn up, because if they don't start turning up and winning games, they're going to drop out the top 5. So I'm going to go for a close game, but Liverpool to win 2-1.
I'm going to go for 3-1 to Liverpool. I'm not sure it will be a close game. I think Forest are. I think Forest are look. I think Forest are going to be the team that goes down personally. And
well,
Drew's
not agreeing with you. Drew has gone for. Oh, sorry. Where's Drew's? I saw Drew. There we go.
2-0 bin dippers. He's gone for.
Yeah, 2-0 against the bin dippers. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's fair enough. I think that's
Sunderland versus Fulham.
Well, Fulham are on a roll. But personally, right now, I think Sunderland are getting players back. I like Mukalele at the back. I think his goal involvement at the in the game is always top draw when he's at home. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Sunderland win.
2-0 to Sunderland. I'm going to go for 2-1. Close, but still Sunderland's points.
Where's Drew? Drew has gone for a draw, is he? Yeah, 1-1. Who to, Drew?
Drew knows what's coming next, and he puts in his chat before we have to get to it. Because take note, chat. Take note. The rest of you, sometimes we have to wait like 20 seconds for your answer. You know?
Drew is on the game. He's in the game, right?
He knows what he's doing.
And now the big one. Spurs versus Arsenal. Will Arteta be able to mock Tudor at the end, or will Tudor be sucking on a bottle, going bottle jobs? I would have given this before the Wolves game. I would have gone for an Arsenal win, but I'm going to go for a Desmond.
Okay. Drew's going 2-1 to Tottenham. Love that, mate. You're going
mouth to my ears, mate.
I'm going for 2-1 Arsenal. Because you know what? Sometimes you just got to like keep your eye on the prize here.
Can't believe it.
I'm more than happy. Listen, if Arsenal win 2-1, I get the points.
Don't let sentiment get in the way, Sean.
No sentiment, mate. No sentiment at all. Fuck sentimentality, bro. I'm about the trophy. I've ordered myself. I mean, I've ordered the all of us.
The mother of all trophies.
The mother of all trophies. And I've already asked it to engrave Sean Butler's name on the.
I just put it like that. There'll be enough drink in there if he was to fill it, to last them a week. That's how big the trophy is. Guys, if you're in the chat, please hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time. And we're going to start our journey to 7,000 and more subscribers. And if you're here, please hit the like button. The like game helps the algorithm and helps our channel grow. Last game of the week, Sean, Everton versus Man U. Man U got themselves...
Also interesting, this one. Everton have got form against United, generally.
Yeah.
They're a team you never know. Everton at home, a team you know what's going to turn up. United are also indifferent. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I rate them. I don't. I actually going to go for a home win on this one. I think that that Everton are going to really upset United fans once again. I know that he's had a good start to his Carrick's had a good start to his time there. The hairdresser, the guy needs a haircut.
Well, he ain't getting.
Did he get his haircut in the end?
No, of course not, because Sesko got the late goal to keep the unbeaten run going to deny West Ham the points.
I saw a video of him in a hairdresser, so I didn't know if
he was ready. He was ready. Well, he was going to go, wasn't he?
No, but there was a video that was knocking around that showed him getting his hair cut, but it could easily just be AI. So I don't know.
No, it's AI. There was videos, pictures, if you saw them, of Arteta saying he's not going to cut his hair until he goes until he wins 5 games on the trot. And as you can imagine, his hair was out here. I think I'm in your camp, Sean. I've got to be honest with you. I'm going to go for an Everton 2-1 win.
Same as me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Drewski, what you got here, mate? What you got for this one? He must have put it in already. He has 2-1 Everton as well. We're all going for the same. We all finish off the weekend on the same. There you go. And okay, we've got the goal scorers part of this game. Now, again, I can't update you on what the points are. I think there's like 28, 30 points, something between the chat and Johnny. And there's about 10 points, maybe 1 or 2 either way. I'll figure it out for the next show.
But most of the big ones.
I haven't got the list in front of me of everyone. So what we'll say is just be
no Haalands, the Palmers, the usual.
Basically, you're going to have to pick someone that's probably not a striker and probably not a. If you pick one, Johnny, that we'll know, right? Like, pick someone that's a little bit out left field. Same with Drew, and I'll do the same. We're all going to have to just suck this one up on the goal scorer / assist maker. Maybe go for someone that's more of a creator than a goal scorer. I apologize. I had to reset my computer and I haven't had a chance to download the numbers app. So, what are you going to say, Johnny?
I'm going to go for someone random. I'm going to go for a defender, Mukalele. I mentioned him before.
What, at Sunderland?
Yeah.
Mukalele. Sunderland. Okay. I am going to go for. I'm just looking back at my predictions, and I haven't given anyone apart from Liverpool the hope of scoring more than 2 goals. I'm going to go for a Liverpool player. I've already gone for Szoboszlai. I know I've done that before, so I'm going to go for. Trying to think who it would be. I will go for. No, I'm not. I'm going to go. I'm going to go for Iliman Ndiaye at Newcastle. I haven't used him.
Oh, how do you know?
I wouldn't have used him. I definitely wouldn't have used him yet. 100%.
Okay.
If I have used him, I'll take a point deduction. How about that?
No, it's fine. That's fine.
Drewski, what are you saying, my man? You got to pick someone. Oh, where's Johnny? Johnny's fucked off. Johnny's gone.
Poof, and he's gone. Poof, and he's gone.
I don't know where he's gone. What did I say? Did I say Newcastle? Sorry, I meant Everton. Sorry, of course I meant Everton. Sorry. My bad. Who are you going for? Drew? You pick someone random? He's going for Rayan. Okay, great shout. Yeah, that's fine. You haven't used Rayan yet. That's perfect. All right then, done. Have I done Ndiaye? I'm pretty sure I haven't done Ndiaye. I don't want to be a donut and pick someone that definitely hasn't been used. I'm trying to think who else haven't I used. I know I haven't used Mbeumo. I've been saving him. Johnny's not come back in yet. Is there someone at Aston Villa that I haven't used? Probably. What's his name? Evan Gassand has gone, hasn't he? Where's Evan Gassand now? Where's Evan Gassand? Fuck it. Where's Johnny gone? Johnny's not even here. Johnny's pissed off. Nice one, Drewski. Well done, mate. Well done. I reckon his computer's crashed and he didn't realise. Or his battery's gone. Has Evan Gassand gone? I think Evan Gassand left Aston Villa. Did he go somewhere else? Did he go to West Ham? Did he go somewhere like that? I can't forget where he went. Who shall I have as a backup? I'll play a backup with someone. I will pick a backup like I'm gonna use. You know what? I'll take the Sunderland player. You know what I'll do? There he is. He's back now.
So what happened there?
I'm going to pick the backup. I'm not going to use every Ilian and Dye. I'm going to use because I think there's an outside chance I might have used him, but I don't think I have. But I'm not going to use Ilian and Dye. I'll use the Sunderland player. Who's the Sunderland winger that came from Brugge? Sunderland, Brugge.
Well, who did Drew go for?
He went for. I'm going to go for Chemsdean Talby. That's who I'll go for. Definitely
Talby. And who did Drew go for?
For Rayan at Bournemouth.
Yeah, it was one I was thinking of going for. Yeah, good call.
So Mukalele for you, Talby for me, Rayan for the chat. Big up to you. Let's save that bad boy. How do I save it? Is it saved? Predicciones.
Yeah, it should be okay. Should be okay. Let me just see if there's any. Let's see if there's any interesting team news. Just 1 second.
Well done, Drewski. Well done, Drewski.
Let's see if there's any interesting team news. No, sure that the teams have come through just yet. Should be coming through in a minute. And I don't think Coventry are ahead at the moment at West Brom. Leicester managing to peg back Stoke. Do we think that Leicester could go down? Because it's looking right now. Right now, West Brom losing, Leicester are currently in 22nd place with 33
They're
points.
going down currently, aren't they?
They're currently going down. Portsmouth have got games in hand. West Brom are in serious trouble.
Do you think they'll wait to see whether they go down before they appeal the decision?
Yeah, probably.
Imagine that. Imagine they go down by 2 points and West Brom stay up or Portsmouth stay up or something, and then they appeal and then they get a 3 point reduction in their penalty.
I actually think they should get a goal difference penalty as well, because they end up drawing. I think they got away with murder. They got a very minimal points deduction. 6
points was similar to what Everton got and Forest got, wasn't it, in the end? But Everton got 2 different punishments in the same season, which ended up being. But did it end up being 10 points and they managed to squeak out of it?
Did you see the video of the one I did anyway, of Prince Andrew coming out of court with a Man City shirt, saying, "They told me if I was Man City, I'd get off with all the charges. Wait till I speak to Jeffrey." I mean, that's a farce that's just going to keep running, Sean. Are they going to do that? Are they? Could you imagine if they did it this year, waited to Man City to win the title, and then hand it to Arsenal?
There'll be outrage. There'll be uproar. There'll be absolute uproar. I can already imagine what the Arsenal guys going. All of you lot you've been asking for 3 years for the finally comes, and now you're not happy with the timing. Everyone's going to play it from their own perspective, aren't they? Like I say, always check the motivations of the messenger, because there's always some self-interest attached.
I think that's going to kick off. Could you imagine if that at Pep's last season, he manages to pull it off and win the title, and they go, no, we're going to give the title to Arsenal. It feels like they already want to give the title to Arsenal, with the fact that they get 7.8 fouls before they get a booking, and Spurs are at what number, Sean? 4 point what?
4.1. 4.4
tackles before we get a yellow card. Arsenal 7.8. And I think we've seen in the last 2 games where I saw even Arsenal fans saying Gabriel and potentially Gabriel Jesus should have gone off. But anyway, we shall see. We shall see. Guys.
All right, guys.
Have a great weekend. I hope your team wins and you do well. For us Spurs fans, let's hope we get something out of the game. And West Ham and Forest don't get anything. And we can breathe a bit. We can breathe a bit. But
Appreciate
for us, goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from this guy. No, they've changed it again.
No, mate. No, mate. You just don't know which way to turn. You're over here, and I'm over here.
No,
Hit the like button.
What are you seeing right now? Which way am I pointing right now?
The right way. The right
to you?
way. Yeah.
No, see, on my screen, I'm pointing the other way.
Ask the chat which way you're pointing.
The chat, let me know. Which way am I pointing right now? Am I pointing to Johnny or am I pointing to the other side? Show. Which way am I pointing right now? Am I pointing to Johnny or am I pointing to the chat? That's so weird because on my screen I'm pointing the other way. I'm pointing over here.
Yeah, mate. You're on mirror. You're obviously on mirror.
You're a fucking mirror, cheeky git.
Mirror on the wall. Who is the smartest of them all? It isn't you, Johnny. It isn't you.
All right, guys, we'll leave you there. We'll see you later on.
See you later, guys. Bye for now.
Bye.